मतो विनिर्गतं विश्वं मयैव लयमेष्यति मृदि कुंभो जले वीचिः कनके कटकं यथा. In the previous verse, we saw that how the projected world gets falsified with the knowledge. And example was being given. Shuktau Rupyam, Rajo Fani, and Surya Kare Bari. Sorry, Bari, correct. Bari Surya Kare. This third line I did not take the last one, so that's why I was thinking. However, here this verse talks one step ahead. Okay, all this projection I understand, but I am talking about Vyavahara. The mind is very smart. So there is something called Vyavaharika Satyam. In Vyavaharika Satyam means a transactional truth. In Vyavaharika Satyam, it's not that easy to falsify. Okay, projection world you can falsify, okay, because it was your projection, you can, okay, done. But Swamiji, when you don't have specs, even though specs has no value, but without specs you start looking what is happening, who is what. You understand? So then how to look at that? There he says, look, first thing is, one has to understand Vishwam Mataha Vinirgatam Asti. So when you say Vishwaha Mataha Vinirgatam Asti iti, so that means what? This Vishwam, this entire universe has come from me. So when it has come from me, appeared, emerged from me. Now not only that, Maye eva layam eshyati. In me alone, it goes back or resolution takes place. That means what? I am upadana karanam iti. Do you understand the concept? So when I am upadana karana of this universe, now what happens to me with reference to universe? Will I have any complaint with reference to any universe? Anything? It is like, if you are let us say, father or mother, especially mother. Father sometimes do here and there. Mother example is the best, but nowadays mothers are cranky, okay? If you are, let us say, having 2 or 3 children as a mother, now what happens? For you, all the children are supposed to be one and same. Can you support one child, not other child? So you are supposed to look at all the children are one and same. There is no difference at all. And if you try to compare, support one, do not support other. And if you do not support the child as it's supposed to be, what happens? You are not a mother. That means you don't understand that you have not understood your motherhood at all. Simple example. Same thing also. When I am the universe, I am the Karana, Upadana Karana of universe. That is what is being highlighted. From me, the universe is born. I am Karanam, universe is a Karya product. And to me, again it is going to go back. Now tell me, can I see anything wrong in this universe? That's why man of understanding always sees everything good. And once we start seeing something wrong, the understanding is being challenged. Second, observe this point very carefully. In fact, when you look at the knowledge and the behavioral aspect, the behavioral aspect must align with knowledge, not knowledge should align with behavioral aspect. One has to be very careful. This is what I go through difficulties here with reference to our Uttarakanshi issues. I am sharing my personal views here. The situation, whatever is happening here, is not that complicated, to be very honest. But when I look at knowledge and this behavioral aspect, and I would prefer to be with the knowledge, not with the behavioral aspect. And when I am sticking to the knowledge, the opposition creating more issue, okay, I have to go through, let me go through. I hope I am communicating you properly, carefully. Or else to settle that behavioral aspect, it takes very less time. No time is the wrong word, less time. In fact, I have missed many chances. So knowledge to be given more importance. So anytime in your day-to-day life, if you want to bring knowledge to your behavioral aspect, that means you don't have knowledge, better keep quiet. Never ever claim that you are a knowledgeable person, because the more you claim you are a knowledgeable person, more stupid you become. One has to be very clear in this aspect, or else Vedanta becomes Devanta. It is dangerous for you, and whoever will be associated with you also will feel very uncomfortable. On the face they may not say anything, but they will feel very bad, okay? I am sorry to say this. First. Second thing is, the behavioral aspect must go along with the knowledge. Yes, there will be conflict. Sometimes you will become sandwich. But remember, always knowledge should be top priority. And once knowledge is in top priority, you will discover everything will fall in track, if not today, tomorrow. And moreover, I am requesting all of you, this incidental note, never ever try to become somebody. Be yourself. More you try to become somebody, more you lose your ground, reality. And when you try to become somebody, you compete, you compare, you fight, you do all wrong things because you are not with yourself, you want to be somebody. And when you are trying to become somebody, what knowledge you have? You understand? Contradicting or not? So that's why see the mind very carefully. And this can be understood with this upadana karana. He gives this example so that it becomes more clear. Yatha mrudi kumbha jale vichihi kanake katakam layam eshyati. She gives 3 examples. How? Yatha kumbha mrudi. The pot gets merged in clay. In fact, there was nothing called clay. What is the truth? This is called understanding. The pot is clay, was clay, will be clay. So also me. Was Brahman, is Brahman, will be Brahman. If not Brahman, at least human being. I was human being, now I am human being, will be human being. At least that level understanding you people should have, okay? Or else what will happen is, in the name of human being, we try to divide. Yes, sometimes I am critical in my classes, talking about religious things, this and that. Sometimes I am critical. Why I am critical? Because I am playing the role of a teacher. Especially whatever misconceptions you have, I have to hit. Khandanam, I have to do it. If I don't do khandanam, that means I am not teaching here, I am preaching. I am not interested to be a preacher. If you think that I should take care of your ego, better get out from the class. I am very clear in that. So this, I sometimes critical of many things, not because I am critical, including about our friend yesterday came, okay? So I bring my friend, okay? You understand my friend? So last night he came, okay? Suddenly. So what can we do? Because it is just, I'm sorry to say. I remember, okay, I'm today actually not in a mood of this thing, so I remember one person, I cannot forget, was very fond of our friend. And the way the person was fond of, it's a very poor thing. What can we do? Especially in overseas. So our friend is more popular than India. So people think our friend is India. And the moment I try to give some job responsibility to the person, and the person try to change everything according to my friend. And of course, last moment I had to change. And you could see the reaction of the person. It's unbearable, unmanageable. Then what happens? Where is the teaching? So the teaching job is, not the teacher job, is teaching job is to make sure that whatever habitual error you have, way of thinking that is not aligned in keeping with the teaching, it has to be challenged. And if it's not challenged, if you think, then you want to escape. It's exactly like, some iron, they want to escape from the anthill because they are being beaten up. Can that iron piece made into any thing? Because when it is hot, we heat. But if that piece goes away, oh, I don't want to take this much heat, enough, what will happen? It is exactly like, with this I'll stop, then I'll come to topic. It is exactly like, many times it happens. I have seen one incident that was very painful for me also too. Have you ever observed when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon? It's very nice to observe that. So when this butterfly comes out, now you are not supposed to touch. You are not supposed to help that butterfly. Struggles a lot. I was watching one small child, that time, now person is grown up. Oh, so struggling, especially girl, okay? Oh, so struggling, I should help and little bit open it. I said, no, please don't do that. No, no, what is wrong in it? Struggling, how can I? I said, I request you, don't do that. Just watch. In spite of that, what she did, try to help the butterfly. In reality, did the child help the butterfly or destroyed the butterfly? In fact, that butterfly could not fly. That beginning struggle makes the butterfly's wings stronger. So also the teaching. Continuing. So he says, Mrudi Pataha, or Kumbha, sorry, not Pataha, Mrudi Kumbha, Pata is the other one. So, in Tantu Pataha, we can say. So, Mrudi Kumbha, Bichi Jale, and Katakam Kanake Iti. So, 3. So, Katakam means bracelet. Different type of ornament, you can say. How this ornaments, different type of ornament, now in gold. So you see ornament, but goldsmiths does look at as ornament or only gold? Only gold buddhi, nothing else. Also here, bichi jale, how this wave in water. And of course, that kumbhaha mrudi, the pot in clay. In fact, they don't have any other existence it. Only namarupa vyavahara matram it. Only for a transaction. Same thing also taranga or bichi, the wave is not different from jalam, water. So also all ornament not different from suvarna, gold, ityartha. So that means what? The concept is here. Karya, the product, cannot exist. Swatantrena satta nasti, cannot exist independently. In reality, the karya is indeed karanam. The product is indeed the cause. That's why one has to understand Atma Karana Rupa, not Karya. Me is Karanam. Yes, yes, I am the cause of everything. That time, yes. No, not that cause, okay? And Jagat is the Karya. The entire universe is Karya. So that's why what happened? Here he says, Atma being Karanam is Nitya Abhikaraha, Nirvikaraha, and Jagat is Nama Rupa, name and form. So that means what? Again, what we need to understand? This Utpatti Sthiti Laya, that anything come to an existence, born, again stays and again go back, all are from transaction level. But Paramartha Drishtya, from absolute standpoint, nothing is born, nothing is getting destroyed. In fact, the story goes, many stories are there related to this, that one of the very inspiring story goes to Hitler. that when Subhash Chandra Bose from India, who is called as respected as a leader, in fact, because of whom India got independent, our friend was jealous of him. Many things. In fact, he was literally thrown away from India after so-called independence. When he went to Hitler by walk those days with thing, and he met him, that I want some support from you to fight against Britishers. Hitler asked that time, what is your religion? Hinduism. What is your text? Is your religious text? Bhagavad Gita. Will you please tell me, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Na jayate na mriyate. The verse came up. Neither I am born, nor I am dead. I am Nitya Saswatah Puranaha Ayam iti. I am the eternal, ever existing. The story goes further. Hitler said, stopped him. Okay, enough. I think time has not come for you people to be independent. I am sorry I cannot help you, because when your people will understand the essence of Bhagavad Gita, they don't need any support. Britisher has to run away. What a great message. And later on, because of that reason, he could manage, release all Indians, those days India and Pakistan, all India, Pakistan soldiers were arrested because Britishers took forcefully to fight, and he could release all of them. And they became the first army he created outside India. This nobody talks. Azad his Hind Fauja. In fact, he is the first Prime Minister of India, for your kind information. So, how this happens? Try to understand the concept. So, knowledge has to be translated in my vyavahara. That's why attending Vedanta classes or being in Vedanta, imagine just with me. If I talk Vedanta and I live funny way, will you accept me? It will not work. So also, when we are talking of Vedanta, we have to remember, be very careful, and remember, all of you, I am trying to say, all of you are being watched, monitored by others. In your small way, in your big way, you are being monitored. That's why be watchful, careful what you are doing. It's not only stick to the Vedanta class here, only 1 hour class or half an hour class. It's not that. More than that also, externally. So you cannot afford to expose yourself indifferently. So I request all of you, be careful, because something has come to my notice. That's why I brought this topic today, okay? I don't want to talk directly. Then few verses, because unless it's understood this much, definitely these few verses that are important will not be understood. It's a waste of time. It's just will be other way around. Still, let me talk. Aho aham namo mahyam vinaso yasya nasti me brahmadi stambha pariyantam Jagannashepi tishthatah. Actually, this verse number 11, 12, 13, 14. So these four verses actually communicates the same thing little differently. He says, look, if we try to understand, at least one verse I'll take it so that I'll stop it. The concept here is that very nicely, that I need to appreciate myself. Because of this verse actually I stretched it contextually. Problem is, I don't appreciate myself. Either I underestimate myself or overestimates. Conveniently underestimating or overestimating. Very rarely I pat myself. Just imagine, when did you pat yourself? Hey, you did a good job. No, not hey, you did a good job. You want to announce, I did a good job. Can you see the difference? When you say, hey, you did a good job, that means what? You are patting yourself. You are patting your mind. Instead of that, you announce, hey, I did a good job. Not only you say, I did a good job, I am doing good job, everybody must acknowledge. And if they don't acknowledge, do you become rebellious or not? And being rebellious when you cannot do anything, do you join the rebellious group or not? Why people join rebellious group? Basically they are rebellious. They have not accepted themselves. Look at any rebellious group in the world. I remember one incident with this long back. Nowadays I don't have those contacts. The person was a woman commissioner. You know, all these commissioners are there. So head of the state. So we were sitting and talking. Suddenly, okay, I'm talking a minimum 15, 20 years back. And those days, I was like almost like a star in Odisha, moving with the television shows and whatnot. So one incident had happened, so I did not want to say anything. We were sitting some 3-4 politicians and I was sitting and talking. Then she openly said, look, I am woman commissioner, but to be very honest, all problem belongs to woman. Wherever there is problem, only because of woman, not because of man. But being woman commissioner, outside I have to tell, yes. But deep within, I know the mistake is only with the woman. Then I asked, how did you become woman commissioner? You talk a lot. Because I had a fight with my father. Big fight. And because of that reason, I became so rebellious. Then after that, he said, look, I don't want to talk about my husband. I said, I know better him, okay, than you. See, big post, okay? Policy said, look, this is what the truth is. But outwardly don't ask how she talks, you cannot think of. Oh, what a speech, what a way she commands. Please understand. Same thing also with reference to Vedantic thinking. Let there not be any conflict. These are the horses. Learn to pat yourself. Learn to accept yourself. Doesn't matter whatever good, whatever bad you have. You are not perfectly right. You are not perfectly wrong. Remember this. If you are perfectly right, you would have become a devata, a god, not human being. If you are perfectly wrong, you would have become, demon or some other thing. Demon also, they have got some right things, okay? Don't worry. that you have to accept you are not 100% perfect. Don't project your perfection. You are the perfect. Not going to work. In fact, the more you project to be perfect, more you will be failure in life. In fact, we had one story. One person was projecting perfect, finally collapsed. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.